Welcome back, paleontologists. Was it fun pretending to be a different character, pretending to be somebody else? You're going to get to do that again today. Today's focus, we are going to go back into that story we're reading, and we're going to look for temporal words in the text. You remember what temporal words are? They are words that are related to time. So in a narrative, those words describe when events happen. And they can also describe how quickly or slowly events happen. They're really important in stories because they help the reader know something's coming next in the story, especially like an important event. And they help the reader kind of keep track of the story. So we're going to practice using those kinds of words today as we write from the perspective of a paleontologist. Okay, so let's talk about what some temporal words are. Okay, I've got a little bank of words here that we can use, that we can pull from today. We've got immediately, which makes you think that something happened right away. Then, at first, afterwards, suddenly, before long, later, next, finally, and last. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to read you a couple of paragraphs from that story, and I want to see if you can find the temporal words, the words that kind of tell us time and when something's happening. All right. Here we go. Let's go right here into this paragraph. The Brandvold quarry is about 64 square meters. A crew that had been there before us had already removed about 15 feet of rock. This exposed the fossil layer. At first, we needed to remove the sediment on top so we could get to more of the bones. We used shovels and pickaxes to scrape off the sediment, and then we loaded the dirt and rock into a wheelbarrow and removed it from the site. Sometimes the rock was so hard we even had to use a jackhammer. Okay, that was a long paragraph. Did you catch the temporal words in there? It's on our list. At first. At first. Yeah, that tells us that happened before anything else happened. So she uses it to tell us that that's what they had to do first. And so we kind of feel that sense of the steps or the order. They had to remove the sediment on top. Okay. Let's look down here at the next paragraph, right down here. Before long, we were only about 2 feet above the bone layer. We started using smaller hand tools like awls, whisk brooms, and brushes. Did you catch it? Did you catch the temporal words? Oop. Before long. Before long. Those are temporal words. What happened before long? Well, Holly and her crew were 2 feet above the bone layer. And so before long is a temporal phrase because it shows the order of Holly's crew's actions. Okay, so here is what we're getting ready to do. We're going to see, can I make up a sentence about a paleontologist and their actions? And I'm the paleontologist, remember? And I'm going to see if I can make one up. And then I'm going to need some actions. So I've got my actions chart. Let me pull you back over here. I've got my actions chart. So let's see. What am I going to be doing? I'm the paleontologist. What am I going to do? I think I'm going to use my chisel. And I'm going to try to chip away at some rock that I think is around a fossil. So let's see. Suddenly, no, that wouldn't make sense there because suddenly sounds like something happened all of a sudden. And I don't think that chiseling is going to be that dramatic. So what if I say, next, I was using my chisel to chip away at some of the rock around the fossil. There you go. There's one. Let me try and use suddenly. What would happen that I could say suddenly? Suddenly is discovers on here. Suddenly I discovered a fossil. Suddenly I discovered a fossil that was 1,000,000 years old. That makes more sense with suddenly. Okay, so here's what your job is today. I want you to take a piece of paper, and it can be that same one from yesterday where you wrote your paleontologist 2 sentences, and you're going to write 2 sentences today. And what I want you to do is I want you to pick 2 temporal words from here, because you're going to write 2 sentences, so you can use 1 temporal word for each sentence, and then pick 2 action words from here. And those are going to be the words that you use of what you're doing. Okay, so you're going to write 2 complete sentences. Remember, you are the paleontologist. What are you doing? And use that temporal word to show us how or when it happened. All right, and make sure you pause this video if you need to jot down your 2 actions and jot down your 2 temporal words before you go over to work. All right, looking forward to seeing your sentences, paleontologists. I'll see you next time.